welcome to Taste Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about tonight? Well, Steam is bringing in the Steam families. That's right, they're introducing parental controls, game sharing, and you also get banned if your friends or family cheat in the game. So we'll go over here in a second. So Valve has announced Steam Families, a new feature offering account users parental controls, sharing games with family members, and more to improve family gathering dynamics on its digital storefront. In a blog post, Valve details that the new feature that is now available in beta currently, Steam Families allow users to create a Steam family to invite up to 5 family members. Some features in Steam Family include members gaining access to the shareable games that your loved ones own, which will be part of a shareable library. Valve notes in the FAQ that in the blog that a game developer has complete control over what games are eligible for sharing in Steam Families, which they can toggle in their developer settings. So it's not going to be every game you own. It's going to be up to the developer to toggle that feature. So I don't know how many developers are going to utilize that. There's also another big caveat to pull it out. As mentioned in the Steam FAQ page, if a family member gets banned for cheating while playing a copy of a game you own, you will also be banned from that game. So just remember, whoever you decide to let in your family, make sure they're trustworthy. Steam Families also allows parents more autonomy over what their children can buy and play on Steam. Parental controls, as seen in parental controls will enable you to view playtime reports showing how many hours your child is playing, and that's pretty much, parental controls like that are pretty common. There's other things that have, I think Xbox has that as well, right? You have the Xbox family and you can invite, if your kids are on there, you can see you can change when they can play games, what games they can play. You can look at all that activity and stuff like that. They also have extended features as to for parental controls, such as access to what games they can play, like I was talking about, recovery of a child's account if they forget their password, and restricting access to things like Steam Store or Friends Chat. Adults in Steam Families will also allow parents to control child purchases. So if a child wants to purchase something, they have to have an all in-family adult pay for the item in the cart. So it's very similar to what a lot of child accounts versus parental accounts do on a lot of things, like even Xbox, like I was talking about. You can set it up to where it asks you, if your kid wants to buy something, it'll ask you to basically confirm that purchase or to make that purchase for them, right? And you can kind of control that. So yeah, that's really cool. I think the biggest thing for me would be the sharing of the games, right? The sharing of the games, being able to, because I think you can invite up to, I think I had read 4 or 5. Was it 5? 5 people to your Steam family. So, you and 4 of your family members can get in there. 6. Oh, we got that extra. The dog too. Forgot about the dog. So
can't forget grandma.
It's you plus 5.
It's you plus 5. So yes, total of 6. So bring them all in. But again, it's up to the developer to enable that game sharing. That's the only thing that sucks about that. But hopefully developers will be kind of friendly with that option. But let's go around and see what everybody thinks of the family sharing Steam Families thing. Pat, what do you think of the Steam Families?
So the only thing I really couldn't find in here that I was looking for is, can you both play the same game at the same time? So let's say for example, Sons of the Forest. Let's say one of us, let's say one of the people in your household own the game and you want your sibling or brother or sister, whoever lives with you, to play it with you because it's a game you play together. Can I do that? It seems like the answer is yes, depending on what the developer allows, which is ambiguous at best. It is kind of funny that if you are on a family plan, a family's plan on there, and your buddy gets you banned or your brother gets you banned, and your game is banned. That's an interesting take. But I guess because since you are technically the game owner, everybody who that game is essentially banned, not you as in the person, the game is banned, right? The game key. And obviously you can't play games. You can't share games that require external accounts from Steam. Like there's no sharing Final Fantasy 14 or something like that you can get on Steam, which is kind of cool. And it still allows you to play offline if you're, on the family. And what's nice is you share libraries, not just libraries. So the primary account holder gets access to your libraries and you get access to their libraries. So it's a joining of libraries, which is kind of nice. And then you get your own achievements and everything, which is I don't really see a downfall outside of hopefully people in your family aren't dicks and get you banned, so be like, you'll start negotiating with the developer, be like, hey, if I kick them out of the family, can I get my game back? So yeah, I mean, it is kind of an interesting concept. I kind of wonder because and what I don't know if you had mentioned, I was half-ass paying attention because I was paying attention to something else, but if you leave a family plan, you have to wait 1 year to start or join another family plan. So 1 year. So that is that's a little bit lengthy, which is kind of funny because it says, the question on the FAQ was, can I leave a Steam family? And the answer was, Steam families are intended to contain your immediate family. As major life events can change who lives in your household, it's understandable that someday you may need to join a new Steam family. Adults can leave a family at any time. However, they'll need to wait 1 year from when they joined the previous family to create or join a new family. So 1 year from when you join. So you can't like flip flop between two families and keep going. It's got to be 1 year from the join date before you can do another one. So there's no flip flopping.
So if your dad leaves to go get that pack of cigarettes and milk, he's got to wait a whole year before he can go to another family.
He's got to wait a whole year from when he joined that family. So maybe that family was 10 years ago. But if he got a new stepdaddy and that stepdaddy lasted a week and he joined his family and he left, then he's screwed for a whole year. So you got to watch out for that, So
that's funny.
It's an interesting concept. It mentions living in your household. So I'm wondering if they're going to do some type of IP control so that you can't do like non-household family members, right? Because it actually just said in that same sentence that I read, you heard that it says in your household. So does it mean, because it says close family, immediate family, but what if we're immediate family of all grown-ups? Can I bring in my brothers and, and everybody
what
be on there?
What if your immediate family doesn't live with you? Like
that's what I'm saying. It almost sounds like you have to be in the same household, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out because at that point you're like, all right, am I able to do it if my IPs are different, and things like that. So it does. I don't know. I mean, because obviously not very many people out there have static IPs for their external IPs. So they would have to be saying,
that's what I was going to say. I mean, like, are they going to have people set up static IPs in their household?
Like, well, I mean, but like think of like Netflix and them, they do it where they do IP whitelisting basically. So they have an allow list that says, hey, this is where you're typically watching from. And there's a new, we've detected you're from a different location.
Right.
We need you to produce a code, basically saying this is really you or whatever. So it's interesting. So, but like I said, it's really funny because that whole thing about, leaving a family. So it says it's rare that a family member leaves the family. Each Steam family slot has a cooldown of 1 year before a new member can occupy that slot. So if you kick somebody out, they have a 1 year cooldown before you can throw somebody new in that slot too. So it's kind of a two-way street.
Just like real life.
Yeah. You should be on a 1 year cooldown when that separation happens, right? You don't need to join a new family and you don't need to bring a new family member in. So Steam's over here offering dating advice.
Take some you time.
Family advice. Steam's offering
work on yourself for a year before you join a new family.
So, interesting. I'd like to know more, but the fact is the FAQ is there, but it seems lacking in a little bit of stuff. A lot of it's probably going to be trial and error. Because because I think Steam already has a family view feature or whatever. I've never played with it. I never had it set up with anybody. So, but I wonder if it was same as like the child account and everything else, where if my kid wants to buy something, it sends me a notification that says, "Hey, your kid wants to buy XYZ game. Do you want to let them buy it and buy it for them?" You know, that kind of stuff. So it'd be interesting. More games is better. Get some of those family members that have 1,000 game libraries and make a family together.
Yeah, I know the guy I'm going to make a family with.
They did. Steam did have family, or they do have family view and family sharing on its digital storefront. However, Steam Families basically takes all the features of those and puts it into one package.
Yeah.
So
family sharing and family view. So it's becoming Steam Families. We are families.
I believe my son and daughter are steaming together too. So, because they both play the same game, but they don't play it at the same time. I didn't know you could do that on Steam. Oh, they have their own accounts, but apparently they can share games. Because I don't, they get so much money a month for their games, and that is it. So, but they found a way to share
the rest of that money up.
No, daddy need that money. But I think it's a brilliant idea. I mean, still there's more to learn about it, obviously, but it is a really good idea. And I think certain console manufacturers that have game things like this could use a family plan. You know, maybe, I don't know, Microsoft, hint, hint, wink, wink, could use a good family plan.
Well, they have a game share for family. But it's just not big enough. It's a 1-to-1.
Yeah, and I want it to be 1 to more. But I like Vin Diesel. They do. They all need a bigger family. Yeah, and muscle shirts, bigger family, and tank tops. That's what we all need. It's a good idea. It really is. Now, granted, there's still a little bit more to learn about it, but I like the idea. Now, the whole, is it going to be the, same IP thing? I don't have 5 computers. Now, granted, I do have 3, me, and I got one for each of my kids.
You have a single external IP, no matter how many computers you have in your household. Your external router gives 1 external IP.
Yeah. So, but do they all have to be the same house? That's the concern.
Yeah, that's the concern, right? Yeah,
because I my daughter, my oldest daughter doesn't live with me. I would like to be able to share with her, and then I have this lovely gentleman. I would love to share his games too, and he is my family. So, I think it's a good idea. My only concern is if my kid is playing online. And my kids have my mouth, and I'm not a great person when I get angry at games. These two will attest, especially after our bug hunt last night. I get angry, and I use let's say expletive deletes quite a lot when I get pissed off at playing. So if my son does this, he gets banned from a game. I'm going to get banned from a game. Now, granted, I don't play quite the same games my son does, but there are some that we do play. Now, I will whip his ass if he gets me banned, but still, that's the part that I'm a little iffy on. It's the part that I have a kind of a problem with, but it's also kind of an interesting idea too. It just makes everybody responsible for everybody. So it's a double-edged sword. So,
right. It's your game. The game technically you're not getting banned, right? The game itself is getting banned. The game
yes, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah. So
yeah, we just need to know about that egress IP if they're doing any IP control. If not, then you can family share with your family.
Yeah.
Up to you and 5 family members.
Oh man, I can breed one more time. I can fill the quota.
Just one more, Shane.
Just one more.
You got a dog, so that's the sixth, right?
You know, if that dog had thumbs, she'd be playing.
But only if she brought her blanket.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys got anything else you want to add to this? It seems like a pretty cool thing. Right now it's in beta. So if you're part of Steam beta, you can check it out now. I don't know when it's going into full effect. I'm not in the beta program in Steam. I think you can just go on Steam and turn on beta, basically, if you want to be a part of it. So it's not like an opt-in, kind of like Xbox, where you have to go, please, can I be in your alpha ring? It's really just kind of like, hey, yeah, I'm going to be beta, and they'll throw you the beta code. So if you wanted to check it out, you can just go, I think you go in the settings somewhere, and there's a beta option where you can flip it on and off. But if you want to check it out, otherwise it's going to be in full effect at some point. I don't know when, but at some point it'll be out for everybody, and then we'll be able to check it out. And hopefully you can be you can family up with your family, and just be careful if you leave that family. You got to take a year to yourself. So, and be careful as to who you put on there, because you don't want them banning your games because of what they've done, right? So, but yeah. It does sound pretty cool though, and I have something very similar, like I said, on Xbox, with my kids as far as the parental controls and stuff like that, which really comes in handy, especially if you have kids. You'll be able to control like when they can play, or like if they want to buy something, it'll ask you. You can have it ask the parent account if they can purchase said thing and how much it is and stuff like that. And you get activity reports letting you know how much they were on certain things or playing certain games and stuff like that. So,
or you can really be like me, just not give a crap.
Or you can be like Shane, just don't care. So, yeah, that's to each their own.
Daddy.
All right. Well, you guys got anything else to ask that? I think I did. All right. Well, let's go ahead and end this then. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know down in the comments below. What do you think of Steam families? Not just the game sharing, but also the parental controls and various things like that. It sounds like a pretty good thing, especially for parents. Like I said, they already have something like this, but this is just kind of putting this all, consolidating it into one package. So it sounds like it's a pretty good thing, and it definitely, especially if you're a parent, having parental controls is always a good thing. And being able to share your library seems pretty cool. And hopefully you can share it with your extended family. So that way, everybody can play games on there. But again, it's up to the developer to turn that feature on, right? So I don't know how many developers will take advantage of that, but we'll see. But let us know down in the comments below what you guys think. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Help us out. Do us a favor. Be a part of our family by hitting the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.